Sengun's like your third.
They were pretty good without him.
Go ahead.
Celtics historically excellent in the playoffs. Tatum had another 31-point game. Here he is post-game.
It's a real feeling. Still hasn't really kicked in yet. Just trying, I guess, enjoy the moment. I kept saying, wow. These last 7 years have been a roller coaster, up and down. I had to listen to all the that people said about me, and tonight it was worth it. Oh my God.
Okay. At the time of the first title, Tatum younger than Giannis, Steph, LeBron, Joker, and KD. So did Tatum officially silence his doubters?
Well, probably not, because you two, I think, might be doubting him still. We'll see. We'll find out. But also, I would say probably not, because Steph had doubters until he won the Finals MVP. I mean, everybody knew he was an all-time great, but he had doubters until that last MVP. You know, he got that Finals MVP, which was his fourth championship. KD still has some doubters, even though he won 2 championships and was the Finals MVP, because they were viewed as easy rings. So I think he's going to have some doubters, but I will, and some of it's legit, because he hasn't played as well as he usually does in the Finals. I thought last night he played great. And I thought last night for him, whether he silenced other doubters, I think he silenced his own doubt. Because I thought he came out and played well. Obviously had 31 points. He had 11 assists. He broke the game open in the second quarter when he scored 12 and had 5 assists. And he assisted right from the get-go. And I thought he played, even though he shot poor. Like, my contention is this. He shot poorly in the Finals. He didn't play poorly. His floor game was strong all series long, as far as I'm concerned. He draws double teams better than anybody else on the team and kicks them out for threes or hits guys at the bucket, or even guys cutting into the lane like he did last night a few times with Drew Holiday. So I thought last night, though, was big for him, because if we see him again in the Finals, I feel like he will be much better, because last night I thought he was really good. And I thought, now the Finals MVP vote was 7 for Brown, 4 for Tatum. If I had a vote, I would have voted for Tatum. I don't have a problem with Brown winning it, because I think it was close. This wasn't egregious. Like, I felt Iguodala getting it over Steph in 2015 was egregious. Steph averaged 10 more points than any other Warrior.
Steph famously
averaged
officially
26
got
in that
0
game.
votes that year.
Yeah, that was strange. But Tatum, and I get it, I don't have a problem with Brown because he was more consistent. He was better earlier in the series. But Tatum led them in in the main kind of points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game. All right? And here's the guys that have won a title while leading their team in points, rebounds, assists. I mean, those are the elite of the elite. And they all got Finals MVP, and Tatum didn't. And my thing is, it was close enough. When you lead in those 3 categories, he was the only Celtics to have 2 30-point games. Like, I think, again, so it's fine that Brown won it because it was very close. And arguable, but I thought I would have given it to Tatum.
So if I can add a case for Brown, because I thought Brown clearly should have gotten it. Brown also, I think it is fair in a series that goes 3-0 to put a higher emphasis on your level of play when the series is in the balance in those first 3 games.
That's good.
And I thought not only was Brown clearly better in those first 3 games, Tatum struggled mightily the first 2, but also in Game 3, Jaylen Brown hit the biggest shot of the tournament. Of the whole tournament, the playoffs, but certainly of the series, when it was a 2-point game with a minute left, and he put him up 4 with that tough 18-footer. So I thought it was Jaylen Brown, but to answer the question, yes and no, and I apologize for the cop-out.
No, right.
Yes, he answered this. Can you win a title with Jason Tatum as your best player? By definition, yes. Now, no in this regard. Now this question does exist. Well, is he their best player? That does exist.
It's out there.
That is it. So if after the 2015 championship, okay, someone had been like, Klay Thompson is better than Steph Curry. That's not a viable opinion.
Right.
You could say it, but it is not worth engaging on. It's not a viable opinion. I don't think Jaylen Brown is better than Jason Tatum, but if someone says Jaylen Brown's better than Jason Tatum and here's why, you have to listen to him.
No, it's
a viable opinion. So it's like, now I also think it's a bit of a straw man. I saw the commercial after, and Tatum's commentary acts as if he is getting just torn apart by the talk shows all the time. It's not really true. I think he is not getting discussed a lot prior to this run, which is, kind of damning with faint praise, right? It's like, you're in that good, not great category, so we don't really we don't tear you down, we don't build you up.
I do think there's been a lot of criticism on him, though. Like, he gets the most criticism on the Celtics, and I guess because he's their best player, right? But when they won the Eastern Conference Final, I think it was the Conference Finals, Game 1, when Brown hit the shot to save them from losing to the Pacers, and the talk was he saved Tatum. There was a lot of talk about he saved Tatum. Tatum scored 10 in overtime.
Right, but I think that was because in that game prior to overtime, he was brutal.
Brutal again. I think brutal. Like people are saying, and I don't know if you guys believe it. Some people don't think he played well in the finals. Like I said, he led them in 3 Okay, how do you lead a team in points, rebounds, assists, score 30 twice, which no other player did, and play poorly?
You take a lot of shots.
Well, he missed shots, but Kobe in 7 finals games or series, Kobe has shot 40% or less in 4 of them. This dude just shot 39%. I mean, I don't care about the field goal percentage in the finals when it's about winning, and that's his role. He shoots.
I would say this, glass half full, because it's a day to celebrate the Celtics. He did go 1 for 7 from 3. But out of the marquee player from the last few champions, it felt like Joker is at his peak. Like, maybe he can get a little bit better, but he's there at the top of the mountain.
Yes.
Steph is at his peak, and he's there. Giannis was at his peak. We're like, maybe he can get a few more.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Tatum is a champion, could have been Finals MVP, and it feels like he can unlock a whole nother dimension to his game.
Get better, yeah.
So that's all. If I'm saying I'm doubting him, it's actually a compliment because I think he can go to another level, and he's already a champion.
This is both finals. We can show it real quick, Hubs. He's still atop this list as far as worst field goal percentage in the finals. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's just objectively tough. And, Rip Hamilton's on there, who, by the way, we did the 04 Pistons thing earlier. Now he's a different player.
Shooter.
Right. We did a different type of player than Rip Hamilton. But you just said something that your buddy, and congrats to him, I'm sure he's happy today, Bill Simmons says a lot, which is, I think Tatum has another level to get to in his game. Mm-hmm. I don't.
You don't?
No, I think
I do.
Okay, so I think that. And by the way, I mean, he's first team All-NBA the last couple of years. Like,